When I arrived at NewStart, I considered myself a Christian, and I read the Bible constantly, but it was more like a contest to see who knew the most about the Bible. And if we had a conversation about God, I didn't really have it about God. It was more like if I knew more about God than anybody else. And when I read the Bible, I felt like it was more like giving orders. You have to do this, you have to do that. It wasn't about love. It wasn't that God loved me or anything like that. And I was just constantly scared of people. I wanted to be around them, but when I realized I was around them, I just wanted to leave. I was just afraid that something was going to happen. I didn't want to give hugs. I would force myself to give hugs because I was afraid if I didn't, then people just wouldn't love me. And I was just constantly scared and constantly distant, and I was very, very depressed. I was afraid to sleep at night, and I was afraid to wake up in the morning. And I just felt like I could only depend on myself. There was just nobody there for me, and if I messed up, then it would be all my fault. And if I messed up, then the whole world could just crash and I'd be by myself, and I was afraid to just be alone forever. And NewStart was just different. It had a different concept, and a concept I'd never heard of before. And the concept was that people will be more open to God if you love them, rather than just tell them that if they don't do what they're supposed to, they're all going to go to hell. And it made sense after a while, but I wasn't sure I would believe it unless I could see it happen for me. I remember this time in my life after I'd come to NewStart where I wasn't quite sure of anything anymore. I wasn't sure if God loved me or if NewStart loved me or if anybody really could love me. And I remember just being really down, and I hadn't prayed in about a year, and one day I just prayed to understand it. And maybe about 2 hours later, it just all made sense. And I just realized that God did love me, and it wasn't fake. And there were no rules to being loved. Anybody could give love, anybody could receive love, and God was love. Now when I read the Bible, it's different. I read it because I want to, and I don't feel like it's all you have to do this or you have to do that. It's more like I love you, do it because you want to, do it because you love me. I have this different connection when I'm around people now. I don't feel so afraid around them. I feel like I love them more, and I want to be around them more. I want to spend more time with them. When I'm around people, I love them so much more, and I'm not afraid of them loving me back. And I can wake in the morning and I'm not afraid to start all over again, and it's okay.